politics for 30 years in this county. I've never seen a senator stand in front of a crowd like this. Never, ever. I'm glad you're here.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank all of you.
My concern is mental health here in Missouri. We currently have 500 people living in our county jails around Missouri. They can't find homes for them. Sheriff Bottom has a patient, not a patient, but an inmate. He's been there for 13 months in our county jail at $50 a day. Almost $19,000 that our taxpayers pay to have that guy housed when he should be in the hospital somewhere else. So there's a shortage of mental health hospitals in the state, Senator, so I'll come by and see you, talk to you about that. And thanks for being here. You got a great family. I've met them on the parade and stuff like that. And any of you who disagree with Senator Brown, February 24th is opening day for filing for office, so put your name on the ballot. So.
I'll just say, you're pretty competitive now.
I'm on the opposite end of the spectrum. I returned to Missouri this past June after living in several other states, so I'm still kind of getting my lay of the land in terms of the political state of things right now. This is your fourth, right, town hall?
Yes.
Yeah. And so, given the input you've had from your various town halls, I'm curious as to where your energy is going to be going toward fixing things, both in the short term and the long term. What, based upon the town halls, is going to be on your horizon?
Well, thank you for that. That's actually a very great question. And each town hall, each community differed a little. And so, I would try to anticipate, the issues that would come up. For instance, I give a couple examples. There's a proposal for a data center in Warren County that a lot of people are concerned about. And so I had to dig in and really do a tremendous amount of research. The one in Franklin County had last Sunday. There is a very serious problem with a toxic, uncapped landfill that is leaking orange, I can't remember the name, what we call it, is leaking stuff into the Merrimack River, leading into the Missouri River. And then I researching, I learned that there are over 20 of these around the state of Missouri. I talked to the director of the department, had a long conversation with him. I've spoken with Ann Wagner's office on this. I've spoken with stakeholders who own properties next door. I've been able to come up with some out-of-the-box ideas to try to get things rolling. The county says they have no money to even, so we can't even get an estimate on how much it will cost to clean it up and fix it, because you need an environmental study to even get that piece done. So I came up with the idea, I'm going to start reaching out to the universities. I tried to schedule a call with Kim Troy from the University of Missouri Systems. I want to find out what schools have environmental graduate programs, because I know in other states, when they've had situations like this, I've been told that they've been able to incorporate, kind of including some of the graduate students in these studies, so it could kind of be beneficial in education, and then kind of help get to the place to where we can get some kind of estimate that we're comfortable with that we can use from there on. From there, if we don't even get the study done, then I may push an appropriation bill just to get the money for the study, and then come back the next year, get the money for the cleanup. Like that's not acceptable to me. When we have toxic waste leaking into properties, leaking into our creeks and rivers. And so I'm trying to get the universities involved to knock out the first step. From that point, I talked to Ann Wagner's office, and I thought there are no federal grants available just for cleanup, but there are grants available for certain kinds of parks, certain kind of monuments, things like that. And so kind of where my head's at there is, if we can, assuming my plan works, and we can get the environmental study, because everyone claims they don't have the money to do that. So we gotta get that step, get an estimate. Once we have an estimate, Ann Wagner's office has promised me that they're gonna work with me and go through the different available grants, and we come up with ideas. We need to get that site capped, we need to get concrete poured over it, and we can turn it into something, instead of being something extremely toxic and devastating to the community, we're talking like right off the interstate by Merrimack Caverns. It's a place that draws people. So turn it into something very negative, clean it up, make it safe, and turn it into an attraction, and then we can have access to grant money and actually solve the problem. And so every town, I'm just saying that as an example, because every town hall, every community has very different, intricate issues. I mean, this was the one that was probably perhaps the one that I didn't know how to prepare for, because I kind of felt like I would be kind of hit with a little bit of everything. And those are like, I'm gonna disagree, but you guys did a great job. Like, I truly mean this. Like, I have tremendous respect. Like, you had no idea. Like, you know, it could be a bunch of people in MAGA hats in here booing you every time you talked. I don't know, like what you would expect, but like hopefully, like at the very least, like if I don't agree, like I am listening, like I'm hearing you. Like it's not always going to change my mind, but in some instances, maybe it will. Like I don't know what's going to come in the future. But like I do value your opinions, and everyone that's here. That's just me trying to be genuine and tell you, like, even if I don't disagree, I want to talk to you. I want to talk to you. I'm a people person. I own a restaurant for a reason, and I got into this. So, I kind of went on a rant, and I hope I answered your question because I kind of forgot where I started off. And you were talking about like the different town halls and kind of how I prepare for them. So I think did I cover it?
Yeah, basically what you're taking from them.
Oh, yeah.
What you're planning to do.
So yeah, those were like specific examples. I mean, there are plenty of other things. There's issues, property taxes, state tax commissions, and now memorandums of understanding that in some cases resulted in assessment increases of 15% or more. I have a bill that I'm looking at reforming the state tax commission a little bit to give a little more flexibility, a little more empower the local people that are elected. State tax commission, like, they're not elected, they're not directly accountable to anyone but the governor. But the assessors, in almost every case in Missouri, they are elected. Like, there's direct accountability to all people. And I think that, like, they should have more authority than some bureaucrat in Jefferson City. And so that's another thing that I'm working towards. I mean, I could go through my notes and list off like 20 different ideas that I've got from town halls, but I hope that gives you kind of like just kind of an overview of just some of the different topics that have come up and how I plan on trying to put those in action. You bet.